Well, come with me and won't you see a man's descent into madness. So some of you may or may not know that I am the internet's self-proclaimed #1 Adventures of Portland Bill fan. I can be quite confident in saying this because I don't think there's very many of us. The partly because the Adventures of Portland Bill is a very niche show. Many of you will never have heard of it, even if you grew up in the British Isles, which is a crying shame. Now, I've taken it upon myself in recent years to try and track down all the merch. And that you would think, well, that shouldn't be very difficult, should it? I mean, after all, who remembers the Adventures of Portland Bill? I remember the Adventures of Portland Bill, but it didn't last very long. So, there can't really be that much merch, and to be fair, you would not be wrong. But there's quite a few interesting things that I've come across in this quest, if you like. Now, I'm not going to show them all right now. It would take too long. I have far too many things I would want to say. But I've acquired some stuff recently, in particular today. And I'll be honest, partly why I'm making this video is because I'm a wee bit shook. My world has been rocked. Certain things that I assumed to be the case have been torn down around my ears. Which, to be fair, is an event which has happened several times in the course of my little quest here. But this is the first time I'm going to share it with y'all, with all of you people. So, Etsy. Etsy's a cool place. You can buy all sorts of weird arts and crafts stuff there. Lots of makers on Etsy making all sorts of stuff. Very cool. Some of these people are people who create products out of already existing products. Like fabrics and so on and so forth. Some people create pillows. So there's a seller on Etsy that sells this along with other products, and I got this off of eBay in particular. I'm pretty sure she's on there as well. This is a custom-made pillow using recycled, repurposed fabric from some other ancient product. Who knows what? And yes, this is the Adventures of Portland Bill. Now, as for what the original product was, I didn't know what it was at the time. I did email the creator a while back, and I don't remember if she or he said if they could remember exactly what it was. I think it was a case of they got a random batch of fabric or something and made a bunch of these pillows out of it, which is fair enough. The fabric's pretty coarse, so there's certain assumptions we can draw from that. Possibly it's a curtain of some description. Fair enough, that makes sense. So obviously, upon learning this, my next mission was I need to find the original material that this came from. So I always do, and I search for the Adventures of Portland Bill on eBay every single day. I wish I could say that was an exaggeration, but it isn't. Safe searches are handy, but they're not very good. So, after a while, I came across another weird item, Portland Bill related, which I'm gonna have to show you towards the end of this video. And I thought to myself, right, this is it. This is clearly the source material for this. It has to be. And I acquired it a while ago, and I'll be honest, I've not looked at it since. Not until 10 minutes ago, which is why I'm so shook. Okay, so I figured, okay, that's that mystery solved. That's where it came from. I've got that product as well now. Job done. And then something else happened. Something interesting. I did, as per what I've just described, I was doing one of my daily Portland Bill searches online. I came across another weird product that I didn't expect to ever find. I had no idea it even existed. That's how this situation tends to go. I come across something weird Portland Bill related online, had no idea it ever existed, and I buy it. And this was no exception. This is a roll of wallpaper from a company, a manufacturer called Holmes Wallpapers. I'm sure this may have been like a well-known brand back in the day. Apparently, according to the label here, this was sold at Home Care. I don't remember a place called Home Care, but then again, I would have been like just a baby at the time. Now, suffice to say, I did not expect in any way, shape or form that Portland Bill would have ever have gotten themed novelty wallpaper. I mean, I know other kid shows did, but it never even occurred to me that this would be a possibility. And yet, here it is. But then something struck me as I was looking at the listing and looking at the images. Now, if you give me 2 seconds, I must apologise. I'm going to have to reach over and make sure this is in frame. Yes, it is. You may notice something. Now, to be fair, before I show both of these items together, you can probably already see where I'm going. Keep in mind that there is no sense of scale when you're looking at these images online. So I saw this, and my reaction was, what? That looks awfully familiar. That looks an awful lot like this, because it is. Now, of course, when you're looking at these images online and you've got no sense of scale, you can't, it's quite obvious here that these things are very different in size. But it's also quite obvious that this is clearly the same design, but not the same art. This is far more detailed than this is, presumably for like ease of manufacture. There's just way too much going on here to be replicating it in fabric, I'm sure. But I was like, what? What? Yeah, so basically there was a whole lot of like shouting when I came across this, whole lot of screaming of what. And of course I bought it on the spot. And this arrived today. Now, it's a wee bit worse for wear. I was honest, it is sealed. It is, as described in the listing, the vintage sealed, but it's a wee bit raggedy. So, this goes against all my collector's instincts to keep it pristine. Part of me says what I should do, what I really should do, is I should keep it secret, keep it safe, and then wait until I find another one and open that one. That's not happening. I'll never find another one of these. So my choices are to just leave it as is, to never know the wonders inside, or I cut her open. Yes, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be opening this thing up with you, and you're going to see we are going to see together what is on this paper. And I figured, since this can only ever be done once, the experience can never be replicated, I'm going to record it for posterity. And I'll see if I can try and get this scanned. I know someone who may have access to a scanner large enough to accommodate this. So let's rip into her, shall we? Right, so I can see the screen now. All right, yeah. Okay, in fact, I'm thinking I'll try and preserve this. Why even bother? Yep, the deal is done. It's never going back in. Even if I wanted to, I could never get it back into here. God forgive me. Okay, I believe it or not, I did check this out to see if there's any Portland Bill related iconography or words on it. I don't know why. It's just a disease. It's just the disease. It's like a form of mental illness. Right. Let's see. Okay. Right. So bottom up. Right. Okay. So I think that's all right. Alright, okay, we're getting repeats already? Okay, no. Alright, okay, right, so that's, I suppose it's good that it's short. The pattern is already repeated, so I can get it all in frame, I believe. Is that going to work? I believe so. Yes. Yeah, I think that'll do. Right, so let me see. So we've got the ubiquitous image of a bill in the puffin. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, here's a bit where the pillow has a bit of an advantage. Doesn't say the word puffin on the boat. Oh, don't know about that. Don't know about that. No, but Dogger is much more detailed. Well, yes. Yeah, this is not a review. I'm not getting into that. The This is so familiar. I'm sure I've seen some of this before on some other product. Like in particular, Eddie Stone in his boat. The Oh, this is maddening. I'm sure I've seen that on something, which is not surprising because there seems to be a lot of reused imagery in Portland Mill products. The Even if it's not the same art as such. In fact, let's see if we can get all of it in shot. Yeah, nah, probably not going to work. Nah, I don't think so. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that was that's pretty interesting, I suppose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so but here's the thing though. None of this is what shook me. At least, well, this is not what shook me. What shook me is what I'm about to show you next. Because remember, I thought I had this mystery penned down. I thought I knew where this fabric came from. Well, okay, well, let me just show you what I mean. So this is the product that I thought the pillow was made from. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, why in the earth did you think that? Look at that. That is clearly not the pillow. Well, that's in my own defence. That's because when this arrived, it arrived all folded up, and I literally have not unfurled it until now. Reason being because, well, I didn't see any need to, but the reason why I'm doing it now is off the back of the wallpaper arriving and seeing the design was so similar to the pillow. I thought, let's unfurl this and check it out to see how close this is to the design of the wallpaper. Now my first clue that something was amiss is when I actually opened the bubble wrap and I touched it with my bare hands and realised, hang on, this is not the same material. This is like silky smooth. This is the bed linen. This is no curtains or anything like that. And then when I opened this up, I lost my mind. So this is completely different. Well, I say completely different. It actually isn't. I'm not going to be able to show it all properly, but let me. It's a bed sheet, right? So it's pretty big, but it's a single contiguous piece of art. It is massive. Look at it says that. It's huge. Now, it's a couple of takeaways from looking at this. First of all, this was part of the thumbnails when I bought this. So this is obviously where I'm recognising the boat from, because there's Eddie Stone and his kipper over there. Now, the other takeaway from this is look at Dogger. See if I can try and get you in a bit closer. Apologies, there's going to be some creaking noises probably. Right, try and get a bit closer. Right, check out Dogger. Right, does that not look a lot more similar to the wallpaper artwork than it does presumably the curtains, whatever the pillow was made from. So this artwork is really similar, if not identical, to the artwork on the wallpaper, right down to the Eddie Stone or the fact that Dogger's more detailed. And I don't know whether you're going to see this on the video, but I'll get you a bit closer to see what I'm try and illustrate this. These background details, like the way the birds and the clouds are done, this is the exact same art style as what's on the wallpaper. So, what's going on? Well, what's going on is that I am ever so slowly and catastrophically losing my mind, is what's going on. Because you know what this means? This means there's another product out there with these design elements, which I don't have yet. This thing that started this, whatever this was made from, is still out there. The presumed curtains that I don't have. Somewhere out there, there may still be some of this material out there. There may be like a full set of curtains out there somewhere. Yeah. So thank you for coming with me on this little jaunt of the mind shattering, the shattering of me, the shattering of I, as I just know. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't.